Welcome to Vsb News Online for Monday, January the 19th. I'm Charles Webb. It's all systems go with the operational aspects of the America's Cup, and today Minister of Economic Development Dr. Grant Gibbons presented the Chairman and Board of Directors of the America's Cup Bermuda team. They are Chairman Peter Durhager, CEO Mike Winfield, John Collis, David Dodwell, Darren Johnston, Warren Jones, Donna Pearman, Denise Riviere, Jasmine Smith, and Blythe Walker. The minister outlined the 5 key goals they want to achieve in hosting the America's Cup.
Firstly, then the benefits arising from the America's Cup events be spread throughout Bermuda as much as possible. Having said that, we all need to understand that the America's Cup does not give any of us automatic rights to income or opportunity. We're going to have to earn those opportunities by providing value. Secondly, that Bermuda delivers the venues with excellence, as committed, on time, and in a way that will portray Bermuda at its best to the world audience, which will be watching. Third, that in creating the America's Cup Village, we are always mindful of the enduring legacy impact on Bermuda. We want the investments to have a long-term positive impact on Bermuda for years to come. This will apply not just to the village, but to Dockyard as a whole and to other areas of Bermuda. Fourth, that the intended outreach throughout the community, as expressed to us by the America's Cup Event Authority, impacts a wide range of people. Now, this will include taking their ACA STEM, and that stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, programs into the schools to engage Bermuda's young people with the teams and the magnificent sailing they will be undertaking in Bermuda. The outreach will also include other relevant local organizations, such as sailing and boating clubs, that can interact and gain from involvement and association with the America's Cup. And fifth, that we seek to maximize the opportunity and positive exposure of Bermuda on the world stage.
Chairman Durhager stressed that the ACBDA will be lean and inefficient and has a big job to do in a very limited period of time. He outlines the team's objectives.
Number one, we want to help to deliver on the commitments that Bermuda has made under the host venue agreement with the America's Cup Event Authority. Number two, liaise with the America's Cup Event Authority and Bermuda. Number three, assist the ACEA, Oracle Team USA, and the Challenger teams in relocating to and operating in Bermuda. Number four, represent Bermuda's interest across all parties, including defining a positive long-term legacy. Number five, we want to ensure effective communications within the Bermuda community relating to the America's Cup and the associated impacts and opportunities. And finally, number six, we will raise sponsorship funds to help offset Bermuda's commitment. It's important to note that Bermuda is not responsible for the organization and delivery of the actual sailing events. That's the responsibility of the professionals of the America's Cup Event Authority, although we will be working with them in close coordination. The ACBDA team will now roll up its sleeves and get to work. Not everyone will agree with every decision. Rarely is that the case in any endeavor. But the people you see standing before you here today are committing to getting this right, acting with urgency while taking a long-term view. They've each proven themselves in their respective fields and endeavors and are ready to go to work, ensuring that Bermuda delivers on our obligations under the host venue agreement, and the promise of the America's Cup is widely accessed within Bermuda.
One of Works Minister Craig Cannonier's first duty in his new ministry was to deal with frustrated residents who have not had their trash collected. He met with members of the Waste Management Department and today issued an apology to all residents who have been affected by the buildup. He said his ministry is very aware that the trash buildup is a health and safety issue that must be mitigated quickly. The weekend staff from the Ministry of Public Works removed all the remaining trash and things are back to normal. He said the fact to have a firm plan in place to further alleviate ongoing issues. The Companies Act enables any shareholder who owns 95% of a company to compulsorily acquire the remaining shares. That is what Mayfair Limited, the major local company founded by the late Fernance Perry, intend to do to enable it to take over the Bermuda Broadcasting Company. VSB's Brian Darby has that story.
Mayfair Limited, the company that has prevented the Bermuda Broadcasting Company from becoming insolvent over the years with loans and investments, has decided to exercise its rights and conduct a compulsory purchase of all of the shares of the BBC at the fair value of 10 cents a share. It earned this right after investing over $3.2 million last October to stop the broadcasting company from closing down. If this occurred, Mayfair's Chris Perry pointed out at a special general meeting, the shareholders would receive nothing for their shares and Bermuda would lose a valuable asset. The takeover of BBC by Mayfair will not affect the status or rights of the shareholders of Devonshire Properties Limited, the company that owns the land on which BBC is situated. Brian Darby reporting for Vsb News.
A two-story home on Somersault Road, Smith, was badly damaged in the early hours of Monday morning when the fire broke out around 1 o'clock. To make matters worse, the fire reignited around lunch hour and led to a second emergency turnout by fire services. The occupants were able to escape unharmed, but one person was taken to hospital suffering from smoke inhalation. In all, some 4 vehicles and 11 firefighters attended the first blaze, and they were supported by fresh firefighters in the second incident. The collapse of the roof and floors appeared to have led to the reigniting of the blaze, which was quickly brought under control. And we'll be back with more news right after this.
In an effort to make Bermuda's roads safer, and in partnership with Bermuda Police Service and the Bermuda Road Safety Council, DeFon's Broadcasting is launching a safe driving campaign. Complete with thumb bands, come into DeFon's Broadcasting and 94 Reed Street and make the commitment to drive safer and slower for yourself. Your voice could be featured on the radio. Get yourself a thumb band as a reminder of your commitment to drive safer and with fewer distractions. While you're at it, why not get one for someone in your life who also needs a reminder that our roads do not discriminate. They can take anyone's life. Let's drive safe, Bermuda, and arrive alive. Peace and love. Safe journeys.
With 4 deaths on our roads in the past month, government is moving quickly to legalize the use of roadside breathalyzers, and government also issued a warning about the continued use of mobile phones while driving. Vsb News' Chris Lodge has the details.
Transport Minister Sean Crockwell said in a statement last night, government will move forward with plans to amend the Motor Car Act of 1951 to allow for test before arrest for roadside breathalyzers, proposing the breathalyzer be used by the police to administer preliminary testing. He said the core objectives of introducing roadside sobriety testing are to decrease the number of alcohol-related collisions and deaths on Bermuda's roads, to increase awareness of alcohol-related legislation, and to decrease the abuse of alcohol. He said it's vital that we continue to look at ways to save lives on our roads. With the implementation of some form of roadside sobriety testing scheme, it's anticipated that the benefits will consist of, but not be limited to, a decrease in the number of alcohol-related collisions, injuries and deaths, and increase the level of safety on our roads. Mr. Crockwell also issuing a motoring safety reminder focusing on the use of mobile devices while riding or driving. He said mobile phone usage while driving a car or riding a bike has become prevalent. I'm Chris Lodge, VSB News.
More than 20 species of ducks alone were seen by Bermuda's ornithologists in 2014. Not to mention an unprecedented flock of 13 black-bellied whistling ducks. But there were some sightings that were simply astounding. That's why Andrew Dobson, president of the Bermuda Audubon Society, has named his annual lecture this Thursday at the BUEI, Spies, Superstars, and Surprises.
I suppose I've been shooting birds for about 25 years, but I don't want you to take that the wrong way. I've been shooting birds with a camera for that amount of time, but I thought it'd be fun for last year, always take my camera with me to record the birds that I saw during the last calendar year. And I don't want people thinking I'm going to give the same talk that I gave last year when I was talking about birds in Bermuda in general and the diversity of birds that we get, but just seeing what actually did turn up last year that I was able to photograph. Obviously it won't be all of them, but
some surprises.
There were certainly some surprises. Yeah, that's why I gave the the title of the talk, Spies, Surprises and Superstars. And there were some surprises in birds that hadn't been seen here before. And without sort of saying too much, one of the surprises was a bird that we were actually only able to identify through its sound. We managed to record its sound and work out which bird it was, because there's a set of small birds that are very similar, but they can be distinguished by sound, and we had to send these sound recordings away to the Cornell lab in the States to find out what it was. So you better find out what that bird was.
Have to come up to find out.
Yeah, yeah.
They're so popular apparently that Thursday's virtually a sellout, and you're going to do it again on Tuesday?
That's right, yeah. The ticket sales gone very well for Thursday, so that those people who can't make Thursday come along next week on Tuesday, and you'll hear it all over again, so that'll be good.
Now, when you look at those birds as you saw last year, did you feel comforted that birds are still coming to Bermuda?
Oh, absolutely. There's a great variety. We get about perhaps 200 species each year, and although you won't be seeing 200 species, you'll be seeing a large range representation of the different families of birds that came last year, and I'll be able to say a bit more about that, yes.
The obvious appeal is also to tourists, not just residents, and I hope we do something about that.
That's right. I mean, it is perhaps an unknown area for tourism. Bird watching is popular throughout the world, no more so here. There's a lot of local bird watchers, and the Audubon Society gets regular communications from people who would like to know where they can go bird watching, what birds are around, and we're doing our bit to encourage tourists. We have a website, a very active Facebook page that gives a lot of the recent bird sightings. So yeah, it's good. It's a growing pastime.
If we made it easy for a tourist, let us know that he is interested in bird watching. When he came down here, could you do very much for him?
Yeah, we can hook them up sometimes with people that are going bird watching. I think we need to do more with perhaps making some qualified guides who can provide tours. There used to be some. Those people are now retired. I've got an active job. I'd like to see some younger people perhaps taking people out. That would be an addition.
And now we turn to Earl Baisden with the latest from the sports desk.
The 2015 International Race Weekend got underway with a threat of rain all evening during the KPMG Front Street Mile. However, the heavy rain did not fall until the final race of the night, which was the elite male race that only saw 2 participants. In the male elite race, David Bishop crossed the line first at a time of 4:20.1, while Dibraba Uzila finished second in a time of 4:21.4. In the elite female race, defending champion Heather Kempf crossed the line at a time of 4:53.3, with Laura Pruchette finishing in second at a time of 4:57 flat, and Charlotte Areta finished in third at a time of 4:58.55. On Saturday, Benjamin Metu from Kenya and Heather Kempf from the United States of America won the International Race Weekend 10K male and female race. Metu was able to weather the windy conditions best, crossing the line in a time of 31:01. Bermuda's Lamont Marshall was the second finisher. He clocked 31:19, and Ibriba Yugitsu from Ethiopia finished third in a time of 32:46. Kempf was the fifth runner to cross the line. She recorded a time of 35:10. Charlotte Arter from the United Kingdom was the second female finisher. She was 12th overall, clocking a time of 37:54, and Lynn Bissett was the third female finisher and 28th overall with a time of 41:05. Yesterday, Metu and Bissett were crowned the marathon male and female champions, while Stephen Allen and Kempf were the male and female half marathon champions. Metu covered the marathon distance in a time of 2 hours, 28 minutes, and 20 seconds. Richard Kesu finished second in a time of 2:30:02, and Wesley Banks finished third in a time of 2:57:28. Bissett finished 7th overall. She clocked a time of 3:10:17. Stephanie Hodge was the second female finisher and 9th overall, clocking a time of 3:16:45. Finishing 13th overall was Laura Wright with a time of 3:31.44. Allen and Jay Donowa recorded the same time of 1:12.33, but Allen was declared the winner with Brian Herberti finishing third with a time of 1:14.47. Kemp was the fourth runner to cross the line. She clocked a time of 1:18.05. Lauren Haggs-Pachette was the second female finisher and fifth overall, clocking a time of 1:19.22. Rosanna Hoy was the third female finisher and 11th overall with a time of 1:26.27. In between rain showers, the sun shone brightly as the 2015 Bacardi Par 3 National Championships came to an end at the Turtle Hill Golf Course. The founder and former organizer of the event, Anthony Marklow, was crowned the Open champion. Marklow finished the tournament shooting an 8 over par, 166, following back-to-back rounds of 58. Dwayne Pearman and Nick Jones both finished at 9 over par. Pearman shot a second round 56, while Jones shot a second round 59. Kimiko Smith finished fourth at 11 over par after his second round of 57. Turning to football, in FA Challenge Cup action yesterday at Bernard Park, the North Village Rams got goals from Tekiai Walker and Pierre Smith as they advanced to the next round of the draw with a 2-0 win over the Somerset Eagles. In other FA Challenge Cup matches, it was St. David's 1, PHC Zebras 2, this was after extra time. Devonshire Cougars 1, Flanagan's Onions 2, Hamilton Parish 1, Dannytown Hornets 2, Boulevard Blazers 3, Wolves 3, Southampton Rangers 1, St. George's Colts 1. On Saturday night at the BAA Field, it was Robin Hood 6, Young Man Social Club 1. And up at the Somerset Cricket Club on Saturday night, it was the Somerset Trojans 4, B&B United 0. The Bermuda Harness Pony Racing season came to an end with horses retiring at the conclusion of the day's racing at the National Equestrian Center on Vesey Street yesterday. Heat 9 saw Philip Correa in the bike of Simsfield Hard Times cross the line with a time of 1:07.3, while Crown's Jewel, taking part for the final time, finished second with Jason Peniston in the bike, clocked a time of 1:08.1. Tea Time with Aaron Medeiros in the bike finished third in a time of 1:10.3. Heat 6 saw Kaiwan Waldron in the bike of Approved Credit cross the line first, clocking 1:06.2 during the 1:06.1 to 1:07.1 time bar class. Rio Ladylike with Dylan De Silva in the bike finished second in a time of 1:06.4. A Touch of Red was third in a time of 1:07.2, and Inward's Generation with Casey Trewin finished fourth in a time of 1:07.4. In rugby action, the Renegades recorded a 1-0 win over the Teachers in Women's Touch Rugby League action, and in the other women's match, it was the Mariners defeating the Police 3-1. In men's league action, the Renegades defeated the Teachers 15-14, while the Police won the Paul Martison Memorial Trophy with an emphatic 31-14 win over the Mariners. The Police got tries from Adam Richards, Tommy Edwards, Paul Davis, Rudy van der Westhuizen, and Mike Halbert, with Dan Cole kicking 3 conversions. The Mariners got tries from Chikoi Wainwright Baston and James Patterson. Roy Dublin and Stevie Husbands kicked a conversion each. The Bermuda Netball Association's league season resumed after the Christmas break and the knockout tournament with under 12 division action. It saw the Nets Greens go down 27-3 to the North Village Lady Rams. The Nets Whites defeated the Young Men's Social Club Baby Bluebirds 16-5. While the Young Men's Social Club Baby Bluebirds 2 went down 12-7 to the Warriors, who picked up their first ever win in the league. In the under-16 division, the Data Tech Nets went down 28-11 to the Signwork Nets. The North Village Lady Rams defeated PHC 37-3. Young Men's Social Club Bluebirds Juniors edged the Young Men's Social Club Bluebirds Youngins 13-12. In senior league play, Signwork Nets recorded a 42-16 win over the Young Men's Social Club Bluebirds 2. The Bermuda College went down 59-14 to the Young Men's Social Club Lady Bluebirds. The Young Men's Social Club Blazing Bluebirds defeated the North Village Lady Rams 41-29. The Bermuda Karting Club season continued at the Motorsports Park in the East End yesterday. Jacob Pereira won all 3 races in the junior cadet class. Xavier Smith won 2 of the junior clone class races, with Ashley Horseman winning the other. Georgia Thompson won all 3 races in the junior comer class. In the tag junior class, Blake Horseman recorded 3 wins. David Barboza recorded 2 wins in the tag senior class, with Amber Lopes winning the other race. Brandon Frank won all 3 races in the 125 shifter class. In hockey news, during the women's division action, the lone goal of the game between the Ravens and the Budgies came in the 27th minute when Jessica Holler scored for the Ravens from a penalty corner. In a men's over 35 versus under 35 match, the match ended 7-7. Meanwhile, in ball hockey action at the PCC hockey rink, only one game produced 12 goals that saw the Atlanta Flames defeat the California Golden Seals 8-4. I'm Earl Baisden reporting for VSB Sports.
Looking at the weather for Tuesday, January the 20th, there will be a mix of sun and cloud. Winds will be west, northwesterly, light to moderate, backing west, southwesterly, light to moderate by evening, and decreasing light overnight. We're expecting a high near 69 and a low near 63. This weather report is courtesy of the Bermuda Weather Service. Thanks for watching VSB News Online for Monday, January the 19th. I'm Charles Webb.